Hi, I'm Tamara Bonnier, and I'm going to be conducting an oral presentation on the business discipline and business writing styles. My major is business management. I'm currently a university transfer student here at Durham Tech, and I'm hoping to transfer to NCCU and major in business management. My husband is a truck driver, so our goal is to have an owner-operator trucking company and be successful. So I'm in school. That's motivating me, and hopefully I can stay on track with that. But moving on, I'm going to discuss the business writing styles and its goal and their required writing. The goal of good business writing is to be clear and effective. It's going to be difficult to communicate with people in the fast-paced business industry if people don't know what you're talking about and you're not getting your point across because you're being lost in words and whatnot. Some areas in which this business writing would be used is letters, memos, emails, reports, proposals, anything like that that you might be presenting in any business setting. Next, I'm going to talk about how to organize business writings. First, you should know your purpose, and that contains 5 components. Know your audience, keep it concise, and use an active voice. But first, I'm going to talk about knowing your purpose and the 5 components. They are: know your subject matter, know why you are writing, do you intend to inform the reader, or persuade him or her to accept your point of view, or you want a desired action out of the person. Knowing your subject matter is very important. If you do not know what you're presenting to an employee or even to a boss, it's going to make it difficult to communicate to them through a letter or a memo exactly what needs to be said, and they won't know what you're talking about. Secondly, know why you are writing. Is there a problem? Or is there an initiative you're trying to enact with your employees? Or are you just trying to detail information that has already taken place? Do you intend to inform the reader? Are you, again, it's reiterating, are you just trying to make certain information going on within the company aware to certain individuals that may or may not know? Or making sure employees or bosses know exactly what's going on. Lastly, um, are you trying to um, persuade the reader into something? For example, let's say there is a procedure or protocol in your company that you see needs improving. You may present a letter to your boss saying, look, I see here that the packages will be delivered more efficiently if we had the employees come in earlier, or anything along that lines in very detail or less. And you could communicate that so that your boss, in a persuasive way, that your boss would be open to, hey, you know what, that's a good idea, let's give it a try. Lastly, what desired action do you plan after that? You've presented what you want, you've detailed the information, there's a problem you want to fix, you need to give a plan of action, and you have to be persuasive, and you have to, I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but an active voice. Use a complete thought to tell them, this is what's happening, this is what I want to correct that problem, or this is what I want to do to make things better. Secondly, know your audience. Good business writing, you need to know your audience. Who are you talking to? Your readers' needs and expectations are first and foremost. For example, let's say you're in a business situation such as ourselves. We're ready to start our trucking company, and we are deciding to go with outside investors for our company. They may be interested, but they don't have a clue what trucking is or is not. So we may, in our proposal, include descriptions of different trucking terms. For example, we have an investor that we want to pay for our tractor and trailer. In that business writing, I may go into go into it, not a lot of detail, but some detail, explaining to the investor what the tractor is on the truck and what the difference between the tractor and the trailer, just to help them have a better understanding of our need and what we want them to invest in. Keep it concise. Time is money. I know we've all heard that saying before, but especially in business, time is money. I've been studying economics, and there's a concept that we've been going over. It's an opportunity cost. Each time someone in this field is sitting down, taking time to write a letter or a memo, it's taking time possibly from the field, taking time from other things that could be done. I had an opportunity to interview James C. Mays. He is actually on ground transportation. He's also a truck driver as well, but he has a master's degree in business. And one of the questions when I asked him about business writing, he said, time is money. And if you're spending all day reading a letter because it's so long and drawn out, that's wasting time you could have out on the floor talking to a customer or dealing with another important situation. So you're giving up time from something else because time is money for writing that letter. And in business, that is definitely something needs to be balanced, and it's only balanced if you keep your writings concise. Lastly, use an active voice. You need to tell a complete thought. That's what active voice means. You do not want to give information to your boss or to an employee and it be not complete. Now, one thing that I've learned or found out is that the business degree program is very broad. Some research that I did found that the subjects are so broad, and the opportunities to employ a degree or a career out of these areas, such as technology, marketing, finance, accounting, economics, entrepreneurship, are so very broad that you can specialize in any area you like. There's classes in college in detail in all of these areas. My particular specialization of interest is technology, marketing, management, accounting, and economics. These are all things that I constantly consider and think in reference to the business my husband and I, David, want to start and would best benefit our small business right now. For example, the technology. I took CIS 110, and it taught me a broad understanding of the computers, how to work a database, how to work Excel. But these are all things that I need in business, so I may choose to develop my use of technology better and create a database for Vanier Trucking Enterprises, maybe, in hopes of making us more effective. I also found out that there is there are some who consider business writing to be very different from academic writing, but in my research I found them to be quite similar, just in characteristics different. So they both require sentences. Business writing, they prefer simple sentences, straight to the point, get your point across, whereas academic writing requires longer sentences. They're okay with it just to develop a complete thought. No long paragraphs. As I stated earlier, Mr. Mays said long paragraphs sitting in front of a computer is costing companies money, so we don't do that. Whereas academic writing, you may decide, yes, I need a long paragraph to really draw out this thought or this person's opinion or research that I found. Summarizations. You do a lot of reports, you have a lot of analysis or findings, and instead of sitting there having that person try to paraphrase and summarize the information yourself, you may just put a small summary right there for them to read and to go back and look at the numbers later. Business writing requires a synopsis, more of a thought, whereas academic writing, they prefer a thesis statement actually written out along with topic sentences. And synopsis is more of in your own thought, in your head, thinking it out, and in your writing, your sentences are going to develop it more. Simple words, vocabulary. You don't want to bog the reader down with